Before we jump into the next clip, I just want to tell you real quick, we got a new audio network. Go to tyt.com/audio and get all of our new podcasts.
House Republicans grilled FBI agent Peter Strzok yesterday for about 10 hours Thursday. Of course, you know, Strzok was reassigned from Mueller's investigating team after text messages, anti-Trump text messages he sent came to light. But I want to take a look at what happened when Republican Congressman Paul Gosar pointed to his ESP-like intuition during an exchange with Strzok.
This morning I watched, by the way, I'm a dentist. Okay, so I read body language very, very well. And I watched your comment and actions with Mr. Gowdy. You got very angry in regards to the Gold Star father. That shows me that it's innately a part of you and a bias.
Sir, I disagree. I don't know if you're saying this experience is like being at the dentist, if that's what you're suggesting. Okay, so let me I would tell you, sir, what you see in my response is a genuine passion for the United States of America.
I don't know that there's been a funnier line that my experience as a dentist leads me to be an expert on body language. What?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to make sense of that.
Yeah. He thinks it's the dentist, and I think it's just that people don't like him. Yeah.
I like the flip. Are you saying it's like being at the dentist?
Yeah, that's right.
He was so wonderfully salty and also aggressive throughout the entire.
Oh, you mean Strzok was?
Yeah, Strzok was, but like in the best possible way.
Yeah,
I think salty is good in the proper context, and this was the proper context.
He was fighting back a laugh.
Oh yeah, the whole time I was looking at the same thing. What's his reaction? He's like, how do you not laugh when someone says, I'm a dentist so I can read body language?
Yeah, I don't
know what that means.
Yeah, and then by the way, then he was like, you got mad. That's not even body language.
Right.
Right? You know, I mean, it just did nothing. It was wrong from the start, but nothing about it's so great that I'm a dentist and I can read body language.
Well, to be fair, I'm a talk show host, so I can read minds.
That works. I think it works better than I'm a dentist. I would go with it.
You know, I got a better one. I'm a cable television host, so I can read a teleprompter, and I can tell like that. Yeah. That's right.
That's actually true.
That one actually does make sense. But speaking of not making sense, a lot of people are, I guess you could say, confused by this bit Gosar had to say on American government, because it gets better.
We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. That is why we have two ways, both from a democracy voting and then from the where we have the electoral college. So make sure that we.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
He finished strong.
Well, you see, I'm a dentist, so I'd like to drill in on this topic.
The thing with the people and the votes, where each state has a thing, and then they put it together. Oh, come in, love God, somebody help me.
Right.
So there's a serious point in here eventually, but first let's keep making fun of him. But if you notice, he's like, we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic, and that's why we have the voting in a democracy.
Right. I mean, but I feel like that's like his mind finally got to the point where he realized the argument that I'm about to make is really stupid. So I think he lost his train of thought, right? I don't think it's because he doesn't know how government works. He realized, oh my God, I'm in the middle of saying something incredibly stupid. How am I gonna get out of this?
No, so that's the serious point.
We shouldn't take it back.
Right. No, I think it's actually a little bit simpler than that. So this is a comment that I see online all the time from right-wingers.
It's all right-wingers.
Yeah,
it's a fairly new talking point. Years anyway, a couple years.
And it's because they're authoritarian by nature and they hate democracy and they don't want democracy. So a way that they have gotten a way to frame that is we're a republic. It's true, we are a republic, but it's fair to say we're a democracy. We have votes. I wish we were a better democracy. I wish it wasn't corrupted by the money in politics and the donors, etc. So now they don't want to say, hey, I'm against you voting. I just want an authoritarian leader like Trump. So they use the excuse of, well, actually you're ignorant, we're a constitutional republic. But it's just a talking point, there's nothing underneath it. That's why when he goes to explain it, he knows the talking point. I'm supposed to hate democracy, so I say, we're technically a constitutional republic and not a democracy. But since it's an empty talking point, he doesn't know what to say after that. Because he's just a dentist.
He's just a dentist, yeah.
With ESP.
Yeah, I could read his body language there. He was dumb.
We could all read that body language.
Yeah.
He was really flustered.
He was flustered. He couldn't figure out what to say. We are not a direct democracy. And that's what they've relied on to say that we're not a democracy. We don't, except in California, vote on laws, right? I don't believe there is a direct democracy in the country where every law passed, they just put it out and have the citizens vote on that, right? Because that's a crazy form of government. We do, by the way, one of the definitions, Washington Post wrote a big piece on this, a common definition of democracy is government by the people exercised either directly or through elected representatives. That's what we have.
And think about why you're even saying that.
Yeah, right. What's the point of drawing the distinction? We are also a constitutional republic.
Right, but why put those things at odds when they're not at odds? They're actually both our form of government. It's like saying, wait a minute, we're not a democracy, we have a constitution. No, we have a constitution and we're a democracy. In the constitution, it says we should vote on our representatives to represent us and pass laws. Why are you even saying it? Because the right-wing state of mind is against democracy. It's a weird thing to get on your high horse about. Man, I don't want democracy.
My pinned tweet since the day after the election was, I don't know why people criticize the Electoral College. It's in the century, it's only been wrong 40% of the time. Right, and so the number of responses I get to that are, oh, you idiot, we don't even have a democracy, we have a constitutional republic. So it's part of, it's helpful in the argument of why we shouldn't do away with the Electoral College, right? They love that because small states, all these things that totally aren't true. It was an effort to mostly to protect slave states. But it's useful in an argument where it ends up hurting them, because of course we know that for the last, 6 of the last 7 elections have been won. The party receiving the most votes has been the Democrats.
It's absolutely ridiculous in this moment. I mean, this is what I used to say to people when I first started in this business, when I would delete comments on my Facebook page that I didn't like. This is not a democracy, it's my Facebook page. It just seems like it didn't belong in this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so last thing on this, guys, are you proud of it? If you're one of those right-wingers who says that we don't live in a democracy, you say, hey, look, we're in a constitutional republic, we have the Electoral College, and so that's why the popular vote doesn't determine who's our winner in the presidency. Is that a thing that you're happy about? That whoever has more votes should not win?
Well, in the last
that's
election,
like a point of pride for you.
Yeah,
right.
But think about how weird that is. Like you think like that's, and only because it happened to be Republicans. If it was Democrats who got 3 million votes less than Republicans, and they were president anyway,
oh my God,
you would be out of your mind.
We'd have changed it.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.